All right, all right, all right. As a famous actor once said, might still say, might to this day, he might still be saying it. Of course, of course, of course. I'm talking about Buster Keaton. Fresh cup of coffee. A lot of words to write today. My head will mostly be down writing, but if you jump in the chat, feel free to just chat amongst yourselves. Also, reminder I'm on Twitch and YouTube Live today. So hopefully there will be conversation on both. Those cats are playing. But I gotta get a lot of writing in. Not 3,000 words just here. I've already gotten 1,500 words in this morning. So if I can do another 500 words in this hour, I'll be happy. And then the goal really would be like 5,000. But three is good enough. I know this is early for you, Haas. So I appreciate you jumping in. Lorraine in the house. There's Charlie. Yeah, my goal is three. There's Ian. My goal is three. I've got about 1,500 in already this morning. I probably will get more because my wife went to Atlanta 5 a.m. this morning. She left. She'll be gone until tomorrow night. So this is more of a distraction of hanging out with you guys. Getting like 500 words in would be the goal. Um, and then writing for the rest of the day and into tonight until I stop and watch some baseball. And tomorrow, the goal is just to write all day. I already have my little post-it note planned out for doing those 15-minute Mondo Method writing sprints. I'm going to do for the rest of the day today and for that. So, Trace, I'm heading over to Atlanta on Thursday. You're going to miss my wife. She comes home Tuesday night. What are you going to Atlanta for? There was a woman who used to work for my wife. She was really, really annoying. She thought she was much better than she was, and she was just really lazy. And it took my wife forever to get rid of her. But when they first got, this is going back 12 years, when they first got the properties in Atlanta, my wife said, we need a filing cabinet for all the Atlanta properties. And she marked all the files. She did the little tabs you got to do on the files, and the filing case itself, ALT. for Atlanta. And Shelly was like, "Why does it say A alt? What?" She was Atlanta. She's like, "It's ATL." She's like, "No, no, it's ALT." And Shelly so had to look it up on her phone and go, "Look, ATL. That's." And she's like, "Well, I'm not changing any of them." So for a long time, they were all. She changed like the main one on the filing cabinet, but every folder in there, this girl had spent like an hour writing every property wrong. But I always, whenever my wife's like, she'll say, "Hey, next Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to Atlanta," and I always write back, I'll mark ALT on my planner. In fact, my planner says ALT on both of those days. I haven't hit the 3,000 yet, Lorraine. So don't be doing it just yet. Don't ruin it. ACDC concert in Atlanta's again. Oh, nice. Enjoy that. I saw ACDC in concert, but it's got to be 30 years ago or more. Maybe in the mid 90s. Yeah. There's still Lorraine. That's awful to say. Did someone say hot? I absolutely hate that. I don't know why I hate when people say hot Lanta. That's just stupid. Don't ever say that again, Tom. There's Frank. Frank, they're making fun of ACDC in here. I don't like it. Well, she's being feisty today. She's gonna argue every point. This is my kid's first concert, so he's super excited. Very cool. How old's your kid? How's your kid? 35 or 6 weeks old? No, no nuggies. That nuggie thing bothers me too. Everybody's pushing my buttons today. Have you a nuggie on your head? Head nuggie. I came home from Hershey to a cracked hot water heater. That sounds like the greatest porn ever. Apparently, Hotlanta corrects the hot pants. Right? It is better. That I'm going to give you that. That one is better. There's a town near me called Starkville, and people call it Stark Vegas. And it's noisy. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what else also annoys me. When people, instead of Target, they say Target. That's stupid. Don't say that in front of me. When we went to Target last week, so I could buy the DeFara pizza, some little dweeb in there was walking around going, "What else are we going to get in Target?" Target. And then all the other idiots were laughing. You're idiots. A woman wearing a large hat eating nuggies in Hotlanta. Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah, Frank lives in Slayerville. Exactly. That one I like. I've never heard someone say it in French. Yet they all say that a lot. Target. I'm like, that's just stupid. Ugh. Those DeFara pizzas, though, I don't know if anybody's had those. DIFARA pizza. They're from Brooklyn. They're a Brooklyn frozen pizza company. Lorraine, you might like them. I had two of them this week, and delicious. I'm like I said to my wife, don't buy me any more frozen pizzas except for these. And then she's like, you have to go to Target and get them yourself. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll make a journey over to Target once a month and buy 7 or 8 of them. Tarjay stopped being funny in like 2005. Exactly. Exactly. The first time you heard it, you were like, oh, that's cute. And then the 4,000 other times you heard it, you're like, yeah, that's lame. Yeah, stop saying that. What's funny is if it wasn't for these pizzas, I don't think I would ever shop in Target again in my life. They're just so expensive and ridiculous. All of it ridiculous. I didn't watch the new season of Reacher yet. Yeah, he just hit auto reply, and the phone knocked out 30 different words for him. Thank you, random word generator. My wife and I started watching. We had never watched it, but it was like, you know what, I want to watch Ted Lasso. I'm like, I think season 4 came out or something. Like, let's watch it. So we watched the last 2 nights. We watched the first season, first 10 episodes. I like it. I like the humor in it. It's very funny, belly laugh funny. Ha ha! But now she's gone until tomorrow night, so we probably won't watch anymore until like Wednesday night. Spam is disgusting. Been doing a lot of Tostinos in the air fryer lately. My wife loves that's like her pizza. In fact, she had a couple when I had my DeFara Brooklyn pizza on Sunday, Saturday maybe, Saturday for dinner. She had a couple of Tostinos. It does make sense, Tom. You got a good rate sending stuff to the Philippines. Yeah, Tires is pretty good. I think I watched the first season of that. I never went back to it, but that's pretty good. So I would imagine over the next week or two, we'll watch the rest of the Ted Lasso episodes. I watched Tires on my own, and then my wife watched Tires on her own. So we technically, I guess, after that, we could start season 2 of Tires if we wanted to. Last night I made lobster ravioli. I mean, cutting up those lobsters and then hand forming all those raviolis took a long time, but they're worth it. And but then today I had salad for lunch today. I've lost 4 pounds in the last week because I have so many pounds to lose, so it's easy to drop 4 and 5 a week. But I had a salad. I had a what the hell salad did I have? Can't even remember. I had some salad today. It wasn't the Asian one. It was like something French, something or other. which is pretty good. And then tonight I will have the since I only use a little bit on the ravioli, I only use a little bit of the sauce, as you call it. I call it gravy. Um, I'm going to make meatball subs tonight for dinner. Then tomorrow I might make sausage sandwiches with the last of it. So, and salad tomorrow. There's a series named Tires. Weird, yeah. The hell's his name? Brad Gillis. Brad Gillis. Shane Gillis. Brad Gillis. Brad Gillis, the guitar player from Night Ranger, isn't it? No, Shane Gillis, the comedian, is in it, and a bunch of other guys. It's actually really funny. So bored. We just gave you two: Ted Lasso and Tires. If you like funny. Somehow, all the current shows I'm watching all release new episodes on Thursday. Convenient. Keith wants to know: do you have Apple TV? He's going to come up with something that I'm going to be like, I would never watch that in a million years. What kind of car again? I know Sammy had a specific car. Now I got to go back and look because I don't write shit down. Oh, okay. I saw a Night Ranger concert when I was in college. Nice. I saw a Night Ranger opening for Bon Jovi, I think. There's Chad. Not out of spite, out of taste. Thank you, Chad, and the rest of the board of Tubi for people who like horror movies, like Keith, for instance, because they just announced they're not just going to do the horror movies in October. They are releasing 13,000 hours of horror movies on Tubi now coming up, so you can watch horror movies all year now. 13,000 hours of horror movies. I don't know what the horror movies are. Somewhere I would imagine there's a list of all of them. Somewhere there's a list, and I was like, I don't want to watch any of these movies, but I'm just letting you know in case you didn't know that. Yeah, Chad does just get royalties just from mentioning it. Well, so they're adding. If you listen to what I'm saying, sorry, they're adding 13,000 more hours of horror, which means what they have doesn't count in the 13,000 hours. They're adding more. Say they have 10,000. They're adding 13. That's 29,000 if you add the two numbers together. I don't know. I won't watch any of it. The only way I'm going to watch any horror on Tubi is when Nick says, "Here's another shark movie," and I'm going to go, "All right, I'll watch it," and then I'm going to be mad at him. Yeah, Hamlet, exactly. To be or not to be? That is a question. Ooh. What time's the Red Sox game on tonight? 6:40. All right. All right. Down in Miami. We could have went. We could have gone. 640 games. 640 games. So I got to get 3,000 words or more by 640. Well, the answer is always 42. Yeah. Say what you want about my taste, but at least when you speak, I listen. And I appreciate that. And when you speak, I listen. The Ted Lasso, is it that good? I liked it. I thought it was funny. There's a lot of dry humor and pop culture references. He references movies a lot, which I find hysterical. I like Jason Sudeikis. I like the main actor in it. He is he's a national treasure. So I like watching that. Think it's on Peacock, maybe. I don't remember. It's on something. It's on a channel. It's literally on a channel. Literally in the name. I don't know. You got to mention legally. You have to mention Tubi. Man, the spam is unreal again today. And the spam they keep going on books that are like 10 years old. You got to watch it on Tubi, Keith, or is it even really watching it? Is it holding up from what you remember? I never watched Miami Vice. Frank is inspiring. I mean, in everything he does, he's an inspiration to all of us. The ladies in B-52s have phenomenal voices. The guy, Mr. Schneider, seems like a jerk, and his singing, if you want to call it singing, is god awful. But she's in Georgia, so legally she has to like it. Just like I'm from New Jersey, so legally Springsteen and or Bon Jovi are you have to. That's what you grew up with. That's what you like. It is holding up, but around the third season, there's a noticeable decline because they got so damn popular. I would imagine. I remember my cousin Angela was like, "This is the episode that they're doing the Doors music." We were at their my aunt and uncle's house for something, and her and all of her nerdy friends. Like she was like, I think she's like 4 years older than me. They all ran down to the basement and put it on, and me and my brother were like, "Yeah, we'll just stay up. We'll just stay up here and we'll watch whatever's on this television." Not interested. Then she just talked about how great it was. Ray prefers REM. See, it's like the Springsteen Bon Jovi thing. REM B-52s. I have no idea. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just saying the various words. I I need more comments on my YouTube channel posts. People, watch them and make some comments. Our walking talks trending on YouTube. Yet you seem to be influencing others to. Who else is walking and talking? Oh, somebody's getting a lawsuit. I mean, they're doing well. I did not do one this weekend. I was very busy writing. In fact, I did not even do um, a Sunday writing video. Totally forgot. Yesterday morning, I had Amanda came over, hung out with Peter Marsh and Chad Lutsky. We did some writing in the morning, and then jumped off. Me and Amanda went and got some lunch, Japanese buffet, twice this week, which I love. I didn't overeat. I had one plate of food, and then I had peel and eat shrimp, which I deemed those to be delicious. And then me and Amanda hung out and we talked for a while. And then I put the Red Sox game on at 3, and then she left. And then after the game, I jumped back into writing, got some more words down, and then I was like, oh, I never did a walk and talk this weekend, and I never did a writing video. So Keith says I comment more, but I can only be disagreed with so many times I did that. You know, you need to up that. You need to up that number of how many times. Like add an extra 5 from me every day, and I think you'll be fine. Haas is going to start doing walk and talks. You know what? If it helps you make money, then I'm going to sue you for. So you'll be good. Lorraine's doing walk and talks now. She's getting sued. Are you going to play the B-52s in the background? Yeah, because Keith never speaks his mind. Come on. Come on. Are you looking at, cat? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. I would like everybody to do me a big favor. A favor I've only asked you to do a million times. Play my videos in the background this week. My numbers have gone down. My estimated revenue has gone down significantly in the last week or so because I've been busy writing, and I would appreciate that. All you got to do is just put out on a playlist in the background, mute it, and just let it run and let the ads run. I would really appreciate that. When you get home tonight, Keith, ask Lisa if she'd give me like 2 or 3 a day. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for 100. I'm sure she gets 100. Frankie said tongue in cheek probably that I look younger than my age, so I ran with it. I mean, sometimes you just have to do a mental walk and talk. You know what I'm saying, Chad? You don't have to. Not everything has to be filmed in your life. I mean, unless you need to make money like me. I appreciate that, Lorraine. Just keep running them. I have many, many hours. Oh, well, you do, and your glow up looks fantastic. There you go. See? Unlike Chad, who lies about everything, Frank never lies. Frank is like the president who chopped down that cherry tree. I think that was Ben Franklin. He's like Ben Franklin. And not everything has to make sense. Sometimes all you need is you can't have too much, though. I found that if I show it off too much, it kind of spoils the allure, the mystique. Target. I don't even know why I'm yelling. All right, I got like 100 more words to write here. It also helps me because we just sit and chat and I'm reading all your stuff and blah blah blah. But then after, then I'm like, well, now I got to get serious, and now I have no more distractions. That is a great song. Maybe if I need a break later, I'll do another walk and talk to make more money to hire a lawyer to sue all of you people. But seriously, I want to thank everybody in advance for once again putting my playlist on and just watching them in the background because I need the money. Let's be honest. Those DeFara pizzas aren't going to buy themselves, and the gas to get all the way across town to go to Target is ridiculous. But worth it, I'm just worth it. I need exactly 100 words. If I could spell words right, I think I would get more writing finished. Grand, not Gand. Gandalf. Ian, you're going to get sued, just so you know. You have to summon it. You need the proper word. I mean, we were talking about shark. Sorry. Shark movies. I figure that would have gotten him going. Dynamite! Sorry for yelling. Where the hell is Nick? I also got to write up a synopsis for this book. So I'm trying to get as far to the end as I can so I actually know what the end will be. Spam is always real, real as you want it to be. I haven't seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in a long time. What a classic. Spam is disgusting. I had it one time. I was dating this girl in my 20s, and she fried up some spam, and I we had not had sex yet, so I had a bite of spam, and I literally spit it out. I was like, no, no, this just tastes weird. No. She hated pork roll, and I'm like, let's hurry up and have sex because then I don't want to ever talk to you again. What crazy dictionary are you reading, buddy? Oh, Bed Knobs and Bruce, another classic. They mentioned Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in Ted Lasso. Yeah, it just hummus. It's just the Hummus. It's not the other one. That's a lie. Charlie's just driving. All right, drive around, my friend. Drive like the wind. No. What is this spammy? Oh, it's Ella. Hi, Armand. It's Ella. We recently opened a new business line of credit options with 3-year terms. How much could you use? Fuck off. And I know you're not supposed to engage them at all, but I don't care. It's not like you're going to get any less of them. That's a myth, a lie. You're still going to get 10,000 of them. Yeah, you have to watch Ted Lasso. I was right. So I did record a cover reveal video. Nice. Babes in Toyland. That's the problem. Like those movies that you watched as a kid, and then you worry that they're not going to hold up, and it's going to ruin a part of your childhood. Like every year on Channel 11, Christmas time or on Christmas, they would have Laurel and Hardy March of the Wooden Soldiers. Absolutely loved that movie, but I'm afraid now I would watch it and go, "This was awful." I would imagine Abbott and Costello movies are still timeless, but I would not sit down to watch one in fear that they weren't what you thought they would be. All right. I have to watch Choose Your. You do have to watch that one. Are you 5 minutes behind? That's weird. 5 minutes from now, you'll hear this message. I'm reading messages from last Friday. That's how far behind I am. All right, all right. Sometimes I accidentally pause you when my Bluetooth slips from my ear. If you were more animated, we'd notice sooner. Well, that ain't ever going to happen. There's no animation. What the hell's Lorraine talking about tatas for? You get 10 minutes left. You going to make a frozen pizza? Probably not a DeFara. Brooklyn pizza. Delicious. All right, all right, all right. I'll probably just hang for 10 minutes with you people. I guess not, Lorraine. 10 more minutes, and then take a little break. 15-minute break or so, and then jump back in. Nope. Nope. And even when I'm not on, if I type a wrong word, I always just say nope. And then like Saturday, my wife's here, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, "I'm writing. I'm talking to myself." She's like, "Oh, well, you keep talking. I keep thinking you're talking to me." I'm like, "Nope." She's like, "Why do you keep saying nope?" I said, "Because I spell a word wrong." And she's like, "And you have to say nope after it?" I said, "Yeah, most of the time. Just something I do. Just something I do." Not all of us can go to Hershey, Pennsylvania over the weekend, eat eat chocolates, live that kind of lifestyle. It's not for everybody. Hmm. There's so many other things to get checked, Keith. I mean, it would take forever. It would take forever to just go down the checklist. Nope. It's a word. You know what I'm saying? It is a word. I did get in last night. I did jump back onto Minecraft, which I hadn't played in a couple weeks, and I was like, let me just like. I could not think of the next part to this book, and I was like, let me go on there because then I just basically chop down a mountain or something, dig a tunnel, and I was on there, and I get to. I'm cutting through I'm going down this path that I cut through this mountain, and there's like a 2 block hole, this giant natural hole where I guess if there were monsters, they would be hiding. And as I get there, there's like 20 of my villagers all just packed into this thing. I'm like, oh, that's where all my people went. So then I had to figure out how to get them out so they would follow me back to the village, tend to the crops and the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know my life is hard. You get it. What? No, you can't come up here. I'm writing the book of my life. I can figure out this next part without it being cheesy. Because that's the goal, right? To write something like oh, I saw this coming. Like certain people, they write something you're like, yeah, we saw that coming a mile away. My palm itches. It means I'm gonna make money. Put it in my pocket. I'm watching that guy on I don't know what he's on, Instagram or TikTok or whatever, that does songs that sounded like parts of songs. It's a lot of Kiss songs. I mean, it's a lot of like, oh, this is Motley Crue ripping off the Beatles or something like that. But I watched a bunch of them last night, and a lot of them are like, no, I mean, it's like a part of a song. I mean, just you know, nothing is original, but you're. I'm like now you're. It seems like now you're pushing. A lot of them are like, yeah, they definitely stole that part. I don't know where I was going with that. Right? If somebody can figure out what the hell I'm talking about half the time, I would appreciate it. Probably, probably Keith. So I'm just going through some emails right now. It looks like Patreon is adding things. Here's what I want you to do, Patreon. Riddle me this. Get me some more subscribers. It's nothing. It's a lot of, here, do this, do this, do this to get more people. Yeah. Not on Patreon, though. That's the problem. Patreon at one point, I was making some decent money on thousands of dollars, and now I'm making like 40 of dollars. I did have 89,000 followers here. I'm losing like 7 or 8 every day. I think I lost like 22 people, and I'm like, you know what? Fine. If they're not going to watch this stuff anyway, I got no problem with that. It's people like you that I'm doing this for, and also for the money. Let's be honest. If you try being better looking, that might get you some more subscribers. Here's the problem with that. The theory behind it is good, except realistically, this is as good as God is ever going to make. I mean, you can't go, on a scale of 1 to 10, you can't go to an 11. It doesn't work. A 10 is a 10. I feel like if I got any better looking, we might have issues. People might get super jealous and try to assassinate me. I actually got a couple more subs on Substack of putting up my zine video. Very cool. Yeah, I get Substack. I get some on Substack, except I took down all of my writing. Not that I had any paid subscribers on there anyway. Yeah, you can't improve on perfect. That's what I was. That's what I was trying to say. Just couldn't find the words. As a writer, I couldn't find the words. There we go. Finally, Nick's in the house. Literally, I'm getting off right now. I'm getting off of the writing. Anyway, thanks for popping in, Nick, at the end after an hour. Now I have this cough. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, it seems like I'm just looking for the free. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of build it up from there. I still have a newsletter, and I wonder if I should just stop paying all that money for the newsletter. But then I'm worried that a publisher is going to want you to have a newsletter, so I'm just leaving it. Yeah, you're the guy who shows up at the end of the party and eats all the rest of the potato chips. Son of a bitch. All right, people, thank you for hanging out with me on YouTube and Twitch today. I will see everybody on Wednesday. Hopefully, I will have a lot more words written today and tomorrow. And we will do this again on Wednesday. The Substack counts as newsletter. Does it though? I mean, does it? I don't know. Everybody loves free chips. Yeah, but the mailing list is more of a mailing list. Like, I know everybody's saying, oh, use Substack for it, and I like the way I set up my newsletter. So I don't want it to just be another post in a long line of posts. You know what I mean? I don't really think that publishers are going to look at that as, oh, well, you have a Substack. Plus, you always see all the everybody bitching and complaining because they still have all the Nazis on there, which is unsettling. A lot of that crap. So who knows? Who can say? I know I can't. I will see everybody on Wednesday. You have a great rest of your Monday, and you have a great Tuesday.